Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2020-2021 New Albany High School Robing Ceremony. If you're not familiar with what a robing ceremony is, it is an opportunity for our graduating class and seniors in that graduating class to recognize a person throughout their educational career who has made a huge impact on their life and gotten them to where they are today. This doesn't necessarily have to be a high school teacher, even though we're here at New Albany High School. This could be someone from an elementary school, from the middle school, or even in pre-K kindergarten, those areas there. It also doesn't have to be a teacher. It could be someone who has impacted their lives in the school system, to anyone working in the office staff, any faculty at any of the schools that they have been in through their educational career. So this is an outstanding opportunity. One other thing about that is that not all seniors are made or have to participate in this. This is an opportunity that these seniors want to take to recognize a person who is very special in their educational career and has been very influential in their lives. So these students have taken this among themselves to do this, to write this speech for these people. Finally, last thing, those of you who are honored tonight by each of our seniors, you are honored guests tonight. So I hope that you enjoy these speeches and this honor and recognition that our graduating class and these seniors in this graduating class have put forth to recognize you. And what I would like to say to you is thank you for the impact that you have made on these students' lives. Thank you very much for what you do for our students. Thank you for what you do for our community. And thank you for what you do for everyone each and every day in the educational career and the field that you have chosen to be in. Once again, we hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation of our 2021 robing ceremony. And go Dogs!
Hello, my name is Heaven Freeman. Today I am honoring Miss Allison Moore. Junior year with Miss Allison Moore was full of public speaking, volleyball study matches, and her monthly birthday parties. Through these classroom activities, she pushed her students to their best abilities. In her classroom, Kent wasn't a word. In her classroom, everyone was valued equally and everyone was important. Every single morning, Miss Allison Moore stood outside her door with the biggest smile to greet each and every one of her students. She made them smile even if they were having a bad day or she questioned what may have been wrong. Miss Allison Moore also instilled in me that if you see someone without a smile, give them yours. That has taken me such a long way in life because you never know what others are going through and how you can uplift and brighten someone else's day with just a smile. Coming to Miss Allison Moore's class brought so much joy and fun to my day. I always look forward to doing something different. Her class was a positive environment, ensuring that everyone felt loved and safe to share their thoughts. Miss Allison Moore, thank you for loving each and every one of your students like your own. Thank you for helping me overcome my fear of public speaking. Thank you for always having my back and being a listening ear whenever I needed you. You have been such an amazing friend, teacher, and role model all in one. I can only hope to impact others the same way you impacted me.
Hello, my name is Kimberly, and today I'm honoring Willie Payne. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." Upon meeting Sergeant, he greeted me with the most welcoming smile and made me feel as if he had known me his whole life. Every time I see him now, he always greets me with, "Hey Kim, how you doing?" He has taught me so many lessons, from never giving up to believing I can do anything I put my mind to. There have been many times when I was at my lowest and he was always there saying something encouraging. Without a doubt, he has impacted my life so much in a very short amount of time. He encourages me to be my best regardless of how many times I fail. He has always told me the truth even if I did not want to hear it. He supports my decisions and motivates me to do better and excel at what I do. There hasn't been a day since meeting him that I have felt as if I can't do something or I won't be successful, because he constantly reminds me that I will be. He tells me that even if life gets hard, I have to keep my head up and keep pushing, because in the end, it will be worth it. Whenever I feel like giving up, he tells me to think of my grandma and my great-grandma and how disappointed they would be if I made it this far and I just decided to quit. He constantly reminds me that I will be something in life and that he believes in me no matter what route I take. Thank you, Sergeant, for believing in me and always encouraging me to do better and be better.
Hello, my name is Noah Gray, and today I'll be honoring Miss Keeley. Throughout my 12 years of school, I came across a lot of teachers. Some have made me laugh, some made me stress, but there was one who gave me the confidence and made me want to learn more. I thank Miss Keeley for giving me the confidence I knew that was in me, but needed to be nurtured in order to be who I am today. I have so much respect and admiration for Miss Keeley. She is very creative in her teaching skills. Her performance as an educator is untouchable. Not only did you teach me Spanish, but you also gave me the confidence I need in order to become a better person. You gave me the courage to try, and try again, even when I didn't want to. I am very thankful to have you as a student this year. Not only have I gained the confidence I need in order to survive in life, but I learned with the right educator, the right mentor, with the right spirit and motivational skill. I can succeed in anything that life throws at me. Booker T. Washington once said, "Nothing ever comes to one that is worth having, except as a result of hard work." Thank you, Miss Keeley, in giving me this skill I need to venture out and become the man that God wanted me to be. For that and that alone, I honor you, Miss Keeley. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Francisco Guerrero, and today I'm honoring Jim Muncie. I first met Mr. Jim when I was in the 6th grade. I was a small 6th grader scared of the new transition to middle school and was terrified of the afternoon bus ride home because it had high schoolers on it. He may have no recollection of this, but I sat 2 seats behind him every day and quickly realized how all the kids on the bus talked to him when they got on and off the bus, and he knew everyone by name and truly made a connection with everyone he came in contact with. My bus route changed, and I didn't cross paths with him again until high school. It was in a biology state test review when I walked into his classroom and immediately felt at ease. I started going to Vision there with a few friends, and we all truly enjoyed being around Mr. Jim. He always seemed to crack a joke and make sure everyone was included. As for me and my friends, he gave us something truly outstanding, and it was the ability to form a friendship that would run the entire course of high school and hopefully will continue years beyond it. We spent countless hours on the weekends making Lowe's runs and Taco Bell runs, building the set for the musical, watching baseball games from the press box, and hanging out every day in his room during Vision. We moved countless trampolines, pianos, and swing sets, and in those hours we were able to become part of one big giant family. Thanks to Mr. Jim, I have a good group of best friends that I will always be able to rely on. Looking back on it, we had all that time together, and yet it doesn't feel like it was enough. It really has gone by in a heartbeat. We always make fun of Mr. Jim because he always talks about his high school days where he bleached his hair and played baseball. He always seemed to take great pride in it, and I think I understand it now because I know I will always take pride in talking about the days I've left behind and the memories I've made the last 4 years. He has had a great impact on me and my friends, and I thank him for what he has given me.
Hey, my name is Jack Harrington. Today I'm honoring my mom. My mother loves to write thank you notes to teachers. She has been called the Queen of Thank You Notes. Mother, here's my thank you to you. Dear Mom, I have had many amazing teachers in my life, but you are the person that has loved me through it all. Every morning before school, you hug me and tell me that you love me and remind me to be sweet and kind to everyone. I cannot remember a time in my life when you did not help me with school. Thank you for all the times that you told me you were proud of me. Thank you for encouraging me to choose my own path in life. Thank you for showing me the importance of helping others. Thank you for being nice and sweet and easy in class, and showing my friends that you care about them too. Thank you for giving all your students the opportunity to succeed in your classroom for many years. I have watched you help the students and teachers throughout this school system. As I walk across the graduation stage, I will think about the many people you helped, and especially me. Mom, we made it. Love, Jack.
Hello, my name is Taylor Hall, and today I'm honoring Miss Mary Beth Muncie. And as much as you enjoy your performance, your audience will. I first heard these words the freshman year, opening night, New Albany High School's production of Beauty and the Beast. This was something that Miss Muncie wanted to instill in her students and her cast to encourage them to do to encourage us to do our best in the performance that we were giving. Since my 7th grade year at New Albany Middle School, Miss Muncie has taught me many life lessons. Miss Muncie has taught me to really come out of my shell and help me to push myself to be a better singer in the stage and a better person. She made it her top priority to teach her students as much as she could and to help them through the good times and bad. Miss Muncie is a role model to me and many other students. Her compassionate attitude and her loving nature rubs off onto everyone that she comes in contact with. She always makes sure to push her students out of their comfort zones and help them open up and try new things. I would like to personally thank her for all that she's done for me over the past 5, almost 6 years. Thank you, Miss Muncie, for all the lessons you've taught me and for all the love that you've given me. I love you and your family so much. Thank you.
My name is Hunter Hodges, and today I'm honoring Jim Muncie. It was freshman year, and I had no idea what was going on in school. I knew my sister had told me this guy, Jim Muncie, would take care of me. My family had known the Muncies for quite a while, but I was never really close to them. My freshman year was the year school started having vision time, and Mr. Muncie had the group board games. Even though we never really played board games, my friends and I had a great time talking and sitting with each other. When the musical came around that year, I was forced on the stage crew by Mr. Muncie because my sister was a part of the musical. I really didn't want to participate in it. I thought to myself this would be the only year I did it. Boy, was I wrong. I wound up doing it all 4 of my years, and it was the greatest time of my life. Mr. Muncie taught me and others so many things, and we had a great time doing it. Outside of school and the musical, I have helped Mr. Muncie with a lot of tasks. We moved him into a new house, which I found was not fun, watched sports, and he's even cooked dinner for us. If you've never had a Jim Muncie steak, you need one. Even though I've never had him as a teacher, he's been a great mentor to me. I have enjoyed the times we've had together, and I hope he can help me through college as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Muncie, for always helping me throughout these 4 years.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm honoring Major Prejean. When I sat down to write this, I had one teacher on my mind. Then I was thinking, every teacher I've ever had has been an influence on my life. They have shaped me into the person I am today, but the one person that has shaped me the most has been Major Prejean. Major has believed in me since the first day of freshman year when I was really shy. On the first day of school, Major told the class that we were going to have to say the pledge in front of the school, and I thought to myself, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. I really didn't understand why he made us do it, why he pulled us out of our comfort zones, but now I do. It was for us to be able to stand up in front of people and not care what they think. It was for us to know that we were capable of doing it. I just want to thank you, Major, for believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself. You were the first person to ask me what I wanted to do in life. And you showed me how to get there. I didn't really believe you then, but now I do. I wish I would have believed you sooner, so I could be where I need to be now. But there's nothing wrong with a little setback. You just got to make sure your mind's where you want it to be. Major believes the best in not only his students, but everyone he comes in contact with, which in my eyes makes him the greatest role model ever. I've made memories that will last a lifetime through the trips you've taken me on. It has been an honor to have you as a teacher for the past 4 years and for the years to come, because I remember those life lessons that we got, especially the ones that were repeated like twice a year. I love the time and dedication you put into each and every one of your students. It means a lot. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Adolyn Hogue, and today I'm honoring Miss Kimberly Langley. To know Miss Langley is to love her. Walking in my class my junior year, I knew I would absolutely love her and also her class. She has a smile that will make you smile on your bad days and always manage to keep a positive attitude even on her bad days. She has taught me not only about how to work with kids, but also to be kind to others and to not care what others think. She cared for everyone no matter who you were, and she loves all of us equally. Getting to know her made high school so much better for me because I knew if I ever needed anything, she was the one I could always go to no matter what the situation was. From me complaining every day about all the work she assigned to us, to all the elementary school trips, to St. Jude, to always making us clean the clothes closet, there was never a dull moment in her classroom. And in her classroom always made you feel so comforting and close to one another. We felt like we could talk to each other and not get judged by who was listening. She taught all of us to be friends and to be kind to each other. If I ever felt down or felt like I couldn't do something, she always encouraged me and told me that I could do it. Not only did she teach me how to treat others, she made me love working with children. She made me figure out what I wanted to do out of college, and I'm so thankful she's helped me do that. I don't know what I would have done if I would have never met Miss Langley. I always knew going to her class I could act myself and talk about anything I needed to. So thank you, Miss Langley. Thank you for always encouraging me to be a better person. Thank you for helping me find what I want to do in college, and most importantly, thank you for loving me like your own. I'm so thankful I got to know you these last 2 years, and I will always remember you in your class. So thank you again for everything you've done for me. You're truly one of a kind, and I'm so thankful that I got to know you.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Horn, and today I'm honoring Mandy Crawley. I've been told my whole life that teachers touch lives. And while I was never taught in her classroom at the elementary school, Miss Mandy has made a big impact in my life outside the classroom. My friendship with Miss Mandy began over 4 years ago, and I never could have imagined how close we would become. She became my youth pastor in a very trying time for me. She stepped into my life, never missing a beat, despite how hard I tried to push her away. She is always willing to go the extra mile for me, and anyone really, and that made a huge difference in my early high school years. Over the years, Miss Mandy has taught me countless life lessons in a way that I can relate to. She's not the kind of teacher that makes you feel bad for not understanding something, but the kind that patiently guides you through a problem. She prays for me daily and never fails to shoot me a text every once in a while if she knows I need something. Although I can't decide if it's the words that she'd said or just the comfort in knowing she was thinking about me, I'm eternally grateful. Miss Mandy always lets me know that I'm loved. She reminds me every time we talk that she loves me and that she's proud of me. She's helped me through difficult times and has celebrated with me through every triumph. She always teases me about my competitiveness and my inability to control my facial expressions. We've prayed together, laughed together, and made memories that I will never forget. Thank you for teaching me, no matter what, trust God and persevere. Thank you for everything.
Hello, my name is Lexi Kent. Today I'm honoring Stephanie Gregg. Mother Teresa once said, "Let us always meet each other with a smile, for the smile is the beginning of love." When I walked into Miss Gregg's class for the first time, I was greeted with the biggest smile. Miss Gregg has the type of personality that lights up a room. I didn't know Miss Gregg until my senior year, but from the small amount of time I spent with her, she made a huge impact on my life. She helped me with essays and listened to all my drama and problems. She has a love for English and made every day fun. She pushed me to be a better writer and a better person. Her kindness to everyone made a lasting impression on me. Miss Gregg makes everyone feel important. From podcast to 1984, I loved every second of your class. When I walked out the Thursday before spring break, I had no idea it would be my last time in class. I'll forever cherish the talks you had with me and Rosalie. You always gave the best advice. Even though I was only in your class for 9 weeks, I'll forever remember the memories I made in there. Thank you for being an amazing role model for me.
Hello, my name is Miranda Maldonado. Today I am honoring Miss Allison Moore. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein was the only children's book to ever make me emotional. The first time I walked into her class, I knew she was no normal person. She was chirpy, beautiful, and bright. Soon she would teach me that normal is boring and that you can't be everyone's Chick-fil-A sauce. She's unforgivably herself. This is one of the things I admire most about her. At the beginning of my sophomore year, she asked us to write her a letter about our lives. She told us that we all had a story and that it was important because it was our story. No matter how small or how big it was, she cared. Sometimes that's all a student needs. Story time was one of my favorite parts of her class. She would gather us around in a circle and we'd talk about life. She would ask us how we were doing and remind us that no matter what, we would always be important to her. Her kindness knows no boundaries. She's the kind of person who believes kindness is underrated. By the end of sophomore year, I had adopted this motto as my own. She loves what she does, and it shows in every smile she shares. Don't get me wrong. She expected our best and no less in all of her assignments. I like to compare her to fire. She's strong, fierce, but overall a light. Her faith was truly astounding. There's evidence of Jesus at her every step. I remember one day during sophomore year, I was quiet. No one else really seemed to notice, but she did. She kept glancing at me, and I tried to avoid eye contact at all costs. As soon as she gave instructions to the rest of the class, she rolled her chair next to mine. She smiled and asked me what was wrong. It is impossible not to open up to her. Caring this much is not in the teacher job description. She's selfless, very much like the Giving Tree in the book. She does everything she can to help her students. Naturally, I took her class again my junior year. I just knew she had so much more to teach me. There was never a day I didn't look forward to going into her class. New Albany's really blessed to have someone like her. She's changing the world one student at a time. At the end of each year, she wrote a personalized letter to each of her students. Every time I read Proverbs 4:23, I remember these letters. Silverstein says, "Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest." And the boy did, and the tree was happy. I cannot read this without thinking of her. She offered rest from a chaotic and fast-paced world, at no cost at all. She did all of this with a smile on her face. Every time I picture her bright orange pants and beautiful eyeshadow. She's like walking in spring. Today, I want to thank Allison Moore for all that she has done for me. I could fill this entire page with big words, but none of them would be sufficient enough to truly describe all that you are. I'm so thankful to be one of your 50.
Hello, my name is Claudia Jeter, and today I'm honoring David Hopple. Rita Pearson once said, "Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists they become the best they can possibly be." This adult for me is David Hopple. During my 4 years of high school band, there was never a day I walked through the band hall doors and was not greeted with, "You okay today, Jeter?" or "What's up, punk? How was your day?" While he may not have realized it, he made some of the hardest days a little easier with one simple question. I remember my first time walking into the high school band hall and hearing the older kids not call him Mr. Hopple by his actual name, but instead they would call him Papa Hopple. I really didn't understand why everyone called him Papa instead of his real name until one day it all made perfect sense. Mr. Hopple always made sure we knew he loved us and cared for every single one of us as if we were his own children. Instead of ever referring to us as his band students, we were always referred to as his kiddos. He was the type of teacher that would call you out on your mistakes, but then would quickly help you find a way to do better the next time around. He always pushed us to do our best and make every run better than the last, not only on the field, but also in everyday life. But most importantly, he made sure we knew he was proud of us. While you deserve so much more than a thank you, I thank you for loving me and showing me that even when I think I can't, I can. Thank you for teaching me that no matter what I do in life, do it with pride. Thank you for expanding my redneck vocabulary beyond measures. But most of all, thank you for being my champion.
Hello, my name is Mary Spencer Little, and today I will be honoring Miss Kathy Ball. Helen James once said, "Love and kindness are never wasted. They always make a difference." I find that this quote describes my 9th grade English teacher perfectly. She is best known for saying, "I'm sorry," and for being extremely kind, and we all love her for it. Miss Kathy Ball is truly one of the greatest women I know. When I first came to high school, I was nervous because I really didn't know who I was or wanted to be at that point. But I began to discover some of that in Miss Ball's classroom. We began to write papers in Miss Ball's room, and I fell in love with it. Writing seemed to come so naturally to me, so I began to get excited about going to her class each day. Every day was different, and my love for writing started right there in her class. Miss Ball pushed us in her classroom. She expected us to do our best, and she encouraged us in this. I knew that if I ever needed her help, all I had to do was ask. It is obvious that she loves what she does, and she does it so well. I saw firsthand how she invests in her students, and she believes in us and what we pursue. Thank you, Miss Ball, for being a wonderful example of how to love others and show them you care for them. There was never a day I left your classroom without knowing that you loved us and you support us. You shine Jesus' love so brightly for everyone to see, and that has been a blessing to me in my life. You make everyone feel loved and leave us with a smile to spread to others. I've been blessed getting to have you as one of my teachers because I've learned what it truly means to be kind to others. Thank you for being who you are and showing me how to pursue the things I want for myself. Your love makes an impact on those around you. Just a little bit of kindness can change someone's day, and you have proven this. Thank you.
I'm Maggie Moore, and I'm honoring Allison Moore. Aesop once said, "No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted." We all have great teachers in our lives. They build us up, push us to be better, and challenge us when they see untapped potential. In my case, the teacher that has had the most impact on my life, doubles as my mom. Since I was in diapers, I have felt the mark of having a speech teacher for a mother. I learned early on not to say or like, and that how you present yourself matters. Before I ever reached her classroom, I got to experience firsthand just how much my mom cares for her students. She wants the best for them and from them, even when they do not expect it from themselves. I've watched her passionately making up lesson plans and games and assignments, just trying to make her classroom a haven of light and fun in the sometimes daunting world we call high school. Once I took her class, she confirmed everything that I already knew. Being a teacher is her purpose, and she pursues that purpose wholeheartedly and with determination and kindness. My mom has taught me and countless others lessons that stretch far beyond writing an outline or delivering a speech. She leads by example, showing others that it is okay to stand up for what you believe in and that everyone is worthy of kindness and respect. She makes people feel important and heard, and never fails to remind everyone just how much they matter. Fun is a priority in her classroom, but so is doing everything the right way. She urges people to become the best versions of themselves, and to realize that good is unacceptable when better is achievable. Thank you, Mama, for loving me and teaching me, and not only being a special teacher, but a great parent. Thank you for holding me to a higher standard, and for showing me what it truly means to love what you do. Thank you most of all for making sure that under no circumstances does any act of kindness ever go wasted. I love you.
Hey, my name is Cameron Stout, and I'm honoring Bert Anderson. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm not the most graceful or athletic person. My parents made me play many different sports as I was growing up, and I never really excelled at anything. Many people told me I would never be good at any sport or that sports weren't my thing. Everyone except for one person, Coach Bert. I played on the high school soccer team all 6 years from 7th grade to my senior year. Coach Bert has always believed in me when others told me I couldn't. He always told me I could. I would just have to work harder than everyone else, and that's okay. And because of him, I have learned how to push through adversity and work hard to achieve my goals, not only in soccer, but in life as well. I never had Coach Bert as a teacher, but he has definitely taught me things I will always apply in my life on a daily basis. While being on the soccer team, I realized we weren't just playing soccer. We were learning things we would need to know in everyday life. As Coach Bert always says, sports and life go hand in hand. He always told us that it was okay to make mistakes in a game, because that meant we were trying something new. We just didn't need to make the same mistakes over and over again. The same stands true for life. We will make mistakes, but as long as we learn from them, then it's okay. One other big thing I learned while being on the soccer team was the importance of teamwork. I learned it was important for me to lift up my teammates, not only in a game, but in practice too. Not every night is going to be your night on the field. So when I got taken out of the game, yes, I was upset, but I was upset with myself for not playing well. This made me more determined the next practice to improve where I needed to. I know we all drive him crazy, but Coach Bert has always been someone who has encouraged us on and off the field. He never wants the team to get upset over things and let it negatively affect us. I will forever be thankful for Coach Bert and all the many things he has taught me. Without him, I would definitely not be the person I am today.
My name is Jonathan Pegues, and today I'm honoring Mr. Jim Muncie. My 8th grade year, I had the opportunity to join the Pride of New Albany a year earlier than the majority of the kids in my grade. I was just a young 13-year-old kid who was thrown into an unfamiliar environment, and I didn't really know many of the adults or the older kids. The first time I legitimately spoke to Mr. Muncie, it was because he had an Ole Miss pencil that he didn't want. So rather than respectfully asking me if I wanted it, he said, "Here, have a pencil," and threw it at me. When I asked why I should have it, he said, "I don't know, stick it up your nose or something." Little did we know that was the beginning of a great friendship. Even though he's a teacher, I consider him more of a friend than anything else. I mean, there's not very many teachers out there who can debate with you endlessly on any sports topic, rag you about your favorite college, and teach you life lessons all at the same time. Throughout high school, I've had the privilege of being around Mr. Muncie nearly every year between band, the musical, school sporting events, and playing at First United Methodist Church. He's taught me a lot about what it means to be a leader, how to use various power tools, how to climb scaffolding and not die, and most importantly, how to sit back and listen to others. It's been an amazing adventure, and I'm already planning to hear from him all the time about how I chose the wrong school to attend for the next 4 years of my life. Thank you for everything, Mr. Muncie. Just know that I'm only one call away, so make sure and call for help before you hurt your back trying to lift a trailer again.
Hello, my name is Cecilia Pullman, and today I am honoring Leanne Thompson. When I was younger, I greatly anticipated attending New Albany High School for 2 reasons: the senior parking spots and the chance to have Miss Thompson as a teacher. I was very lucky to have taken at least one of Miss Thompson's classes every year of high school. One year I even had the opportunity to take 2. Miss Thompson started off as my art teacher, and the next year she transitioned to be my journalism instructor as well. Taking journalism was the best decision I could have made. Miss Thompson has a great way of attracting like-minded, creative students, which makes for a very comfortable and close environment, and this is very evident in the 2 journalism classes I was a part of. Because we got along so well, I started to become close to not only my classmates but also Miss Thompson. Through this process, I found out that Miss Thompson is a truly amazing person. The first thing you'll notice when talking to her is her great sense of humor. She can make any situation comedic, and making her laugh will be your greatest achievement. The next thing you'll notice is just how much she cares about the students at New Albany High School. She does everything in her power to make sure that everyone feels included and that they are having the best high school experience possible. Not only does she care about our school, but she also cares about New Albany in general. No matter what community event is happening, you can find Miss Thompson pulling strings somewhere within the operation. She is such a big part of what makes New Albany great, and she takes no credit. Miss Thompson is such a wonderful person, and I am so happy that I got to experience even a sliver of her teaching career. Thank you, Miss Thompson, for being you and for teaching your outstanding qualities to your students.
Hello, my name's Hayes Ritchie, and today I'm honoring my mother, Kristen Ritchie. When I think of people who have influenced my life, there is no one more important than my mother, Kristen Ritchie. She has always been a guiding light for me, and for that I am forever thankful. Whether it was the long hours she worked as the assistant principal or the deep passion she has for the students she serves, her work ethic has become my work ethic. I really do owe all of my success in school to the example she set in her everyday life, and I am extremely grateful for her mentorship. I cannot even begin to describe how much easier my life was with her support at school. I'll never forget the numerous times in elementary school where I forgot to fill out an important form and was only able to turn it in because she was there and worked at the school. Unfortunately for me, this wasn't always a benefit. For instance, she got to take home the paddle. Regardless of all that, I'm so grateful for the experience of being able to see her work and learn from it. Her teaching didn't stop when she left school. At home, she has taught me invaluable skills that I'll never forget. The way she has cared for those around her truly amazes me. She holds others in the highest regard and often puts their needs above her own. She truly cares for her family and her friends and works herself to the bone to help them. Another way she has amazed me is by the strength she has had through terrible events. I still find myself impressed by how well she carried herself after the loss of our home. I know that this time must have been extremely stressful for her, but she never resigned herself to self-pity. She always kept moving forward and making the best of the situation. These traits are truly the mark of a great woman, and even more so of a great mother. So I want to thank my mother for her unwavering support and love.
Hello, my name is Doug Shannon, and today I'm honoring John Stroud. I have many similarities with the person I've chosen to honor tonight. We go to the same church, we both love the game of basketball. Our main difference is that I love Mississippi State sports, and he's an Ole Miss basketball legend who is revered by many. As a young child, I remember him being the head girls basketball coach here at New Albany and having several runs for the state championship. My family always took me to the playoff games and to the state tournament to cheer on the Lady Dogs. I have vivid memories of New Albany playing Lafayette at a packed-out Memorial Gym and it being a nail-biter game. I remember when I was in 3rd grade, I ran on the court because I didn't agree with the call the ref made. My mom was yelling at me, and Brad Gray scooped me up and took up for me, telling my mom that it had indeed been a bad call. We later went to the state championship game, undefeated, but Bloody Dogs lost. The next year, I was happy to cheer Coach Stroud and the Lady Dogs on the state championship game in the Big House. As a 7th grader, I chose him for my confirmation mentor at church. Together, we studied scripture, did mission projects, and visited with his mother. He was a great mentor who continued to encourage me in basketball and even gave me a couple basketball lessons. During the lessons, he not only gave me basketball fundamental pointers, but he worked on building up my confidence at a time when I was really struggling with that. He coached the middle school girls basketball team when I played in middle school. He was the high school girls basketball coach my freshman year. It was a fun time to visit with him at those games, see him at the gym during our practices. I always enjoy talking with him during donut time at church. He always keeps me up with what I'm doing. He was very interested with me to my return on the court during my senior year after my knee surgery and a long rehab process. I was always glad to see him sitting courtside and thankful for his pointers afterwards, usually telling me to move my feet. He and his family have continued to show interest in me and encouraged me as a Christian athlete and a student. It is my privilege to honor you, Coach Stroud.
Hello, my name is Nakai Rayford, and today I'm going to be honoring Miss Kimberly Langley. Michael Jordan once said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Don't ever let anything like a brick wall stand there and stop your way through. There is no limit to what you can do." I thought senior year would be harder than any other year in high school. However, one teacher made it one of my best. Mrs. Langley cared about every student, even if they weren't in her class. Every single day, she had a smile on her face and would stand outside her classroom door saying, "Good morning." She is the type of person I love seeing every single day. No matter how busy, she would always make time for students. Most of all, she always made sure we were okay. She even liked to spoil everyone in her class with candy or something because she loved us so much. Mrs. Langley is an inspiring, God-fearing woman who is always happy and always speaking positively to students. She would always encourage us in class and outside of class. She was one of my biggest supporters, and I don't know what I would do without her. Even when I was tired from lack of sleep, I would still be happy to walk into my favorite class. I guess you could say I'm a nerd, but that subject is the most interesting subject I ever had. I want to take the time to say thank you so much, Miss Langley, for being so inspiring and an amazing teacher.
Hi, my name is Luke Bowen, and today I'm honoring Anita Aliff. My first day of high school, I walked into Miss Aliff's classroom. Homeroom was the only time I had her, up until senior year when I took her culinary class. Without the years, she was one of my favorite teachers to talk to. We would go into her classroom and vote on things like class favorites. She would always joke with us and sometimes even give us food. Whenever our report cards would come out, she would always get on to me if I had a bad grade. I could tell she really cared about how I was doing in school. Senior year came around and I was in her second block class. I had no idea what culinary class was going to be like. She taught me a lot about food. As we got deeper into the year, I learned a lot more than that. Most days she would stop whatever we were doing and just talk about life and stuff way more than just our culinary class. Our class is one of the things I'm going to miss most about high school. It's one of those classes that gave you a break from all the core classes in the main building. Ms. Aliff, thank you for all the time and effort you put into your classes for each and every student. It can be easy running a kitchen with a bunch of high schoolers. I can't thank you enough for the time I had in New Albany High School.
Hello, my name is Elena Bell Thompson. Today I'm honoring Mary Beth Muncie. Maybe it started when I was a little girl and you totally supported my efforts to dress up and become Lady Gaga. Maybe it was when I started high school and you made me go on camera with the first staff of NAHS. Who knows when it really hit me, but I've always known that you were there to support me. Mary Beth Muncie, you've always been a light for me, sometimes when things were super dark for me. I knew that every time I passed by your room, you were going to loudly shout my name, grab me up and hug me, make me smile and hype me up and encourage me. From as early as I can remember, I've always been at the high school. Many of those times were for the musical. As soon as I was old enough to operate my own glue gun, I had a job. By the time I was in high school, you trusted me enough to give me a job as a makeup artist. After a year or two, I knew that I had your full trust in that job, and you allowed me to truly get to direct a crew of makeup artists and even design looks for several musicals. Because of your trust in me, I was able to experience lots of things that most inspiring makeup artists never will. And because of this, I was able to win a huge award at the HSMTA program at the Orpheum, something that we all got to celebrate together. Thank you, Mary Beth, for late night rooftop sessions and for dancing with us at BB King's, for leading me away from bad boys, for devoting yourself to our church youth group, for always being willing to be extra for all of us, and finally for being a person who makes it just as okay to laugh as hard as it is to cry as hard.
Hello, my name is Nayeli Ursua. Today I'm honoring Coach Cottrell. Good evening. My name is Nayeli Ursua. I'm 18 years old with big dreams to achieve. We are all here for the same reason, for each senior to honor the teacher who has impacted me. My first day of freshman year, I was completely terrified. For some reason, I thought high school was going to be like in the movies, where seniors would bully freshies by slamming their lockers, shoving them in the hallways, and calling them fresh meat. Therefore, I was completely terrified. Like, what on earth is a 5-foot, 14-year-old going to do to defend herself? But it was never like that. I remember the first day having Coach Cottrell. We were his loud class, with many annoying teens. Although we did give him a hard time, he was and forever will be an amazing teacher. The bond any teacher creates with their students is one like no other. Teaching may not seem difficult to many, but I believe every teacher puts so much effort to get their students the best education, even if it means they have to break it down like a puzzle. Thank you, Coach Cottrell, for having the patience and always pushing your students to do their best. I remember my last day in your class, you told me the 3 do's that will help me throughout my high school career and beyond. Number 1 is always do the little things because they go a long way. Number 2 is do what you love to do, meaning create a life what you want and not what others want you to do. Number 3 is do good, not well. By putting effort in doing good, you won't concern yourself too much by doing well. These have stayed in my mind since freshman year, and I am beyond thankful to have so many teachers who have impacted me. Thank you for all you do, because trust me, you have been a big part of my life. Like Coach Cottrell always told me, don't be average. Thank you, Coach Cottrell.
Hello, my name is Caleb Bader, and tonight I'm honoring Miss Allison Moore. When I think of a teacher, I think of someone who is loving, caring, kind, and most of all, able to bring the best out of her students. Well, Miss Moore, she wasn't just a teacher to me. She was a mother away from home. I came into her class my sophomore year not knowing what to expect. I knew that I had Zach Ball in the class and that I was pretty much going to goof off the whole year. But as soon as I stepped foot through those doors, I knew that was not going to be the case. She talked to me in a different way than any other teacher has talked to me before. She talked to me with a kindness, but also with a sternness, and it just made me feel like kind of like my mother. And when I stepped in there, I didn't know how much my life would change. Going in there, I was crazy, goofy, didn't really take much serious, but she did so many things and involved us in so many different ways. It just changed my perspective on life. She taught me so many life lessons that are going to carry with me for the rest of my life. She taught me how to set a table. She taught me how to, eat my food correctly, and many more other things. But to be honest, when I went into her class, I was excited for one thing, and that was the trips. Now, I know it sounds kind of selfish to be excited just for the trips, but I realized that those trips were going to be the best trips of my life. We went to Disney, FBLA, stayed in Jackson, and through all those things, she didn't just send us out there and do nothing. Whenever she sent us to these trips like Jackson, Florida, she did something with us that brought us together. It felt like it was just a giant family, going in there, having a good time together. But she also knew how to teach life lessons during it too. She would always make us learn from each other and be able to stick together, and so many other things. Miss Moore is so special for me in so many ways. But it's not what she does, it's how she goes about it. She does all these things and loves and cares for everybody, but doesn't ask for a thing in return. And that's why Miss Moore is special to me.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Witten, and today I'm honoring Miss Nina Beth Kapani. I'm pretty sure every senior that's been a student in New Albany High School, elementary school, has had Miss Nina Beth as an art teacher in rotation. She eventually started teaching art in middle school. My best friend, Nayeli, and I had her, I think, for most of our middle school career. Every day when we would come in class, she would always greet us with a soft, warm smile, and I knew it was going to be a good day. Everyone knows the tween angst of middle school and how moody we were. A bad day at school always felt like the end of the world to us. But the minute I stepped into her room, I felt safe and secure. I felt like I could be myself and not worry about anyone else, which was a huge deal to a 13-year-old. I remember every day she would let us listen to music on this old beat-up radio that only had about one station on it, 97.5, the country station. Many people despise country music, and let me just say I get it, but just listening to it in class every single day put me in a better mood. And to this day, I associate country music with her class, and it puts a smile on my face. And to this day, I always think of her as not just a good art teacher, but she was also a pretty amazing cook. Her old art room was so big it even had its own mini kitchen in it, and sometimes she would make us this amazing breakfast casserole if we were extra good that week. She was so supportive of us and our art, even if some of us weren't very good artists. She treated every child's piece of art like it was made by Pablo Picasso himself, and honestly, it gave us a boost of confidence that we needed to make it through the day. I've always carried Miss Nina Beth with me in my heart because she taught me to always express myself, no matter if it was through art, music, writing, or whatever it is we enjoyed. She is so much more than an inspiration to me, and every day I try to incorporate her awesome personality traits into my life, such as being kind, supportive, caring, and determined. I just want her to know that she made her kids feel safe and supported when they came into our class, and that for many of us that was the highlight of our day.
Hello, my name is Anna Austin, and I am honoring Miss Stephanie Gregg. Proverbs 31:26 states that a woman who fears the Lord opens her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. This is the embodiment of Miss Gregg. Junior year, excitement filled me when Miss Gregg's name appeared on my schedule. She is my brother Alex's former teacher, so I knew I would be in good hands entering her classroom. Never did I expect how much I would grow to love Miss Gregg, not only as my teacher, but also as an influence in my walk with God. The love for wisdom and knowledge is so evident in her lessons that assignments were more exciting than dreadful. Miss Gregg has inspired me to pursue a degree in education to impact students' lives the same way she has influenced mine. Miss Gregg is more than a teacher to me. She is a mentor who I can call on and receive wonderful advice from. To say I am dreading not having her as my English teacher in the coming years is a complete understatement. However, I know Miss Gregg will never leave me because she has made an impression on my heart that is just too deep to forget. Miss Gregg, you have helped me and you have loved me so much, and you helped make it possible for Alex to surprise me for my birthday, and you will never know how much that has meant to me. I'm forever coming to you for book recommendations. I love you, and I'm so proud to have learned from such an awesome teacher. In the end, I am eternally blessed to have been your student. Thank you, Miss Gregg.
Hello, my name is Isaiah Ball, and I'm honoring Alan Ball. Growing up as a student athlete, I always looked up to this specific person. Because he watched me grow into the player I am today, I always wanted to have a close connection to my coach and have a relationship that I will always remember. In my 11th grade year, I got the opportunity to play under someone who means so much to me and has had such an impact on my life. Before he started coaching me, I remember the days I would complain about not getting the exposure to enough colleges, and he would always push me to be the best version of myself and keep my head up because opportunities are coming. Even though I am now an alumni of New Albany High School, he will always be a part of my life and be the person I have always counted on. Thank you, Alan Ball, for being my role model, best big brother, and telling me to push harder for my goals that I wanted to succeed. # Ball Strong. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bailey Bowers, and today I'm honoring Miss Allison Moore. The influence of a good teacher can never be erased. This statement I've never imagined believing. I grew up hating school. One reason is that I never wanted to get attached to anyone because I never knew how long we were going to be here. When I moved to New Albany, I knew no one, and no one knew me, as that usually goes. I decided when I was a little girl that I wanted to be a pediatric nurse and do great things in the medical field. But one very important teacher really had an influence on me and made me change my mind on what path in life I wanted to take. A teacher is someone who goes above and beyond to do anything and everything for a student, and Miss Allison Moore definitely does that every day for any one of her students, even for the ones who aren't her students.
During my sophomore and junior year, I had health science and would pass Miss Moore's class every day. Even though I wasn't her student at the time, she would always try and put a smile on my face no matter what mood I was in. My senior year came along, and I knew I needed to take speech class. I didn't just take her class to get the speech credit. I enrolled because she brightens everyone's day with just a few words. There was never a day that we didn't have a life lesson. Even though I can't remember all the life lessons, there is one that I remember very well, and it is, there are some people out there who don't have to care for you and still do. I don't know why this lesson was the only one that stuck with me, but I feel like I'll know the reason eventually. Thank you, Miss Moore, for not only being a teacher, but someone I knew I could always talk to anytime I needed. Senior year will forever be my favorite, not because of the long spring break, but because of the fun adventures you have taken me on, from my first plane ride to the best time of my life in Disney. So again, thank you, Miss Allison Moore. I will forever be grateful for you.
Hey, my name is Chloe Cobb, and I'm honoring Philip Delaney. Throughout high school, I had heard that this one teacher is really hard, and if you take his class, you better be ready to work. With that being said, I tried not to take this specific class because I know for myself that I'm a procrastinator and do not particularly like the subject. Senior year choice sheets came out, and I finally decided to give the class a chance. I was scared and worried for my GPA, but when I walked into the back of the classroom, his first words were, "People that sit in the front make A's." So I'm sure you can guess where I sat. This specific teacher pushed me into doing my best and of course got on to me when he knew I could have done better than what I did. I remember one of the first days of school, I was so tired by the end of the day, and he slowed down the class to let me get some coffee so I wouldn't be too far behind in the notes. He would always joke around with everybody, but once it was time to do notes, he would always get so serious and have his serious face on. The class helped me get into the speaking in front of a group of people, since he would call us out in a heartbeat, especially if he thought we weren't paying attention. Every chance I get, I suggest that other people take this class. Yes, it is hard and you have to do a lot of work. By bell to bell you do work. But he will always help you, even if that means waking up at 6 a.m. just for tutoring. I've never experienced someone making learning science so interesting and excited, but after taking his class, I have now decided that I will be majoring in the science field. So thank you, Ms. Delaney, for having such an impact on my life and for pushing me to be the best version of myself.
So, hello, my name is Madison Cotton, and tonight I will be honoring Mr. David Hopple. 2013 was the first year that I ever set foot in a New Albany band hall. Though I did not know then what I was getting myself into, I can now, nearly 7 years later, safely say that I'm grateful I took that chance. Having carried me from the first day of 6th grade to the last day of my senior year, band has undoubtedly played a major role in shaping me in the person I am today. This, of course, would not be possible without the persistent dedication of our band directors, and I would like to take this moment to express my utmost gratitude. Throughout my time at New Albany, Mr. Hopple never limited his teaching to just musical technique and marching fundamentals. Instead, he recognized the value of honest, real-world lessons, preparing each and every one of his students to be functioning members of society. He taught me not only to play multiple instruments and to march 8-minute shows, but also to pour into others when they need it most, to remain determined, even after continuous loss, and, most importantly, to trust in myself and be confident in my own abilities. As someone who has suffered from crippling self-doubt, I cannot explain how monumental that is. However, because of Mr. Hopple's encouragement and example, I am no longer afraid to branch outside of my comfort zone. If that were not enough, Mr. Hopple also embodies the challenge he drills into the mind of student leaders and seniors. Lead by example. He, alongside our other directors, spends countless hours in and out of school to ensure everything runs smoothly. Whether it be fixing broken props, advising students in need, or anything else under the sun. Not a day passes without knowing he is there for you, no matter what. To Mr. Hopple, thank you for instilling in me a passion for music and an odd respect for Old Yeller. I promise I will never forget.
Hello, my name is Drew Darling, and today I will be honoring David Hopple. I've always been taught that we should pursue the things we love most in life. Now, after having been in New Albany's band program for 7 years, I'm excited to say that I will be attending college and studying music education. This goal of mine would have been impossible without Mr. Hopple, who has been one of my biggest supporters throughout high school. When I think of the type of director I want to be, I think of him and the other amazing band directors at New Albany. He has always poured his heart and soul into this program and will always be somebody that I can look up to. For 5 years, I have participated in New Albany's high school band, and there hasn't been a single day that I would want to forget. He has truly made a unique and talented band. He has given us opportunities to attend honor bands and practice outside of class. Some of my favorite high school memories involve the funny one-liners that he will often drop out of thin air. Jazz band is without a doubt the most fun after-school activity I participated in, and one day I want to start one just as much fun as the one that is here. I could never fully express the gratitude I have for the work ethic that Mr. Hopple has given me and the other band directors at New Albany. Thank you for providing a wonderful learning experience for me the past 8 years of my life. You have been and always will be an amazing teacher, band director, and friend.
Hello, my name is John Davis, and today I am honoring Coach Carol Vogel. I don't often find myself speaking in front of a crowd, and at first I wasn't too sure about participating in the robing ceremony. I figured a thoughtful letter or a thankful conversation would be sufficient to express my gratitude, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to let all those who are here know the sacrifices Coach Carol Vogel has made for his players, students, and for me personally. In the last 6 years, I have witnessed Coach Vogel train players, help boys mature into young men, and develop a respected soccer team. Looking back on my first year with Coach Vogel, I'm impressed that he continued to simply show up each day for practice, knowing that all that was there waiting for him was a large group of stubborn, unathletic middle school boys. These were immature players who would have been completely content shooting free kicks the entire practice, never having heard the stress-inducing blare of the beep test. Years later, he has molded our team into a group of motivated athletes with the common goal of a state championship. Coach Vogel has always emphasized the long-term goals that he has set up for us. He pushed us to set future objectives and work towards them, just as he did taking a young team and working with them for 6 years. His dreams for us extended past our high school career. He wanted each of us to have the skills and opportunity to play college soccer. Though his determined attitude never got in the way of jumping into drills on scrimmage days. I have no doubt that he hoped for an odd number of players so that he could fill the spot and play the game that we all loved. Coach Vogel is devoted to the game of soccer and holds a love for those who play it. Coach, it has been one of my greatest honors and privileges to have been led by you. I thank you for truly caring about the players on your team and investing deeply in our lives. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kayla Dow, and I'll be honoring Major Prejean today. On a day that feels like just yesterday, I walked into RTC as an obnoxious freshman teenage girl trying to figure out what to do with her life. Today, I'm at the end of a 4-year-long journey called high school. I'm about to graduate, I have a blueprint for my future, and I'm a little less annoying. Major Prejean is someone who played a huge role in getting me where I am today. Major P has a famous saying, "Here's the deal." Today I say that. Here's the deal, Mage. You have made a humongous impact on my life. You have shown me how to be my best self and to strive for greatness. For those of you who don't know Major, he's not someone you can ignore. I say that in the politest way possible. To elaborate, Major will make you laugh when you don't want to, take you out of your comfort zone, help you when you are down, and push you towards greatness. I walked into his ROTC classroom my freshman year and had no idea what I wanted to be, nor what I wanted my future to look like. Major opened doors for me that I would not have opened for myself. He showed me what the military could offer me if I put my mind to it. I've heard lectures on morals, respect, how to set a table, manners, hygiene, stocks, breaking, integrity, budget. The list goes on. From his teaching, I have become a better leader, friend, and person. He taught me to never give up, work for everything I want in life, and be confident in everything I do. He taught me there's no I in team, and you can't succeed if you don't try. Every lesson Major teaches his cadets is one to remember. Thank you, Major. Thank you for being a big part of my journey to who I am today and as an adult. Thank you for opening my eyes to the world of possibilities. Most of all, thank you for being such a great teacher, role model, and person in my life. It means the world to me.
Hello, my name is Maggie Jo Everett. Today I'm honoring Kaylee Stanton. Synonyms for safe haven are the following: shelter, hideaway, retreat. My personal safe haven is Miss Stanton's office. Miss Stanton is not only a fun, supportive high school guidance counselor, she is also my Aunt Kaylee. The last few months of my senior year threw many difficult emotions my way. but Kaylee was always there to talk it out. I've met very few people in my life who genuinely care about every person. Aunt Kaylee not only embodies what it means to care, but also acts boldly in love and authenticity. From a young age, you planted a seed in me to love all things Harry Potter, and you helped me see that being weird is just another way to say being awesome. You've taught me bravery and encouraged me to take a chance, even if it ended in failure. An example of this is the U.S. Senate test, where I'm pretty sure I missed all but one question. Sorry, Miss Clayton. What she has taught me will stay with me far beyond high school years and into adulthood. I learned from her example how to always keep a listening ear to others and be open to seeing the other side of a situation. She has helped me be more open to discussing my feelings and allowing my heart to rest on my sleeve. Simply knowing I had someone that I could go talk to made high school inherently better. Aunt Kaylee, I know the end of the year ended too soon, and that stinks, but I'm so grateful for the time we got to be together throughout the last 4 years. Thank you so much for loving me as an aunt, a friend, and a life counselor. Through school, quarantine life, college, and beyond, I have known and will always know you are only a short drive or call away, and that gives me peace for the future. I hope I can be half the role model to Max and Molly that you have been to me.
Hello, my name is Bella Fernando, and today I'm honoring Miss Elke Lipsy. My third grade school year, this specific teacher made a huge impact on my life. She helped me decide the future career that I want to pursue. She taught me kindness, selflessness, and patience. On November 11th of 2010, my mom suffered from a complete spinal injury due to a previous car wreck. The next day at school, my teacher could tell that I was not well by the way that I was dressed and my overall demeanor. She took me out into the hallway and asked me what was going on. I explained what had happened with my mom and that me and my older brother were at home with her when it all took place. During this most difficult time in my life, she took me under her wing and gave me the love and affection that I needed. Thank you, Miss Lipsy, for becoming my second mom and going above and beyond your call of duty. You and your family will forever be in my heart and prayers. I pray that one day I can be half the amazing teacher that you are, and that I can help one or more students the way that you helped me.